That's what they say you want.
What's that, the Adobe one?
Yeah. Oh, but we're not doing what you asked, Sean. You wanted to talk about Star Trek, huh?
Well, I mean, I'll talk about recording software all day. Just anything other than that fucking baby.
Sean, I'll kill you.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm doing this.
It's okay. It's
He's a great.
You're allowed to have beef with my baby.
He's a great baby.
He is a great baby. I agree.
Right, parents that care about their children are just such an easy target for ridicule.
Right.
We are easily triggered.
Yeah.
You are right about that.
What'd you say about my baby?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm peeking.
Making fun of babies to own the libs.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we're not already there, we'll be there in, 6 months max.
Yeah.
We'll
Well,
somehow children will be, ownable targets or whatever.
That's what Elon and all those rich assholes are. We got to get more. I mean, it's like 14 word shit, which is real fucked up. It's like,
oh yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Because we need more smart white babies. Like, oh, okay. Well, so you're evil. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but so Glen's doing his part, so I guess he's evil too.
Well, Wade's doing twice as much as me.
Well, I mean, I got a couple of smart white babies too.
Yeah, you got two.
But I'm not doing it to save the planet. I'm doing it because I wanted.
We don't.
Yeah, I do it because I love them, I guess.
I was waiting to hear how you'd end that sentence.
I was just gonna say we don't know that my baby's smart yet.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
Might be a real dipshit.
You never know.
Yeah, right. Exactly. If you ever listen, oh god, no, keep his name out. Sorry.
Yeah, I hope my kids never listen to this shit.
Yeah. No. Son, if you ever listen to this, I love you and you're amazing.
Son, let me tell you about Klingon dicks.
There's so many of them.
Yeah.
All right, keep all this out. His name ain't going on the pod.
Oh yeah. No.
Well, you just bleep the name. The rest can stay.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Young lad, may your dreams be filled with Ari's titties.
All right.
Okay. Right. Okay. That's a great anti-segue to get us back on track.
All right. So I forgot. Oh, hey everybody. Welcome to the podcast. It's a podcast about Star Trek called Under the Bridge. Star Trek Resignation Under the Bridge. See, I didn't even need Glenn to tell me what it was this time.
I'm proud of you. You did it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm Wade Bowen, and with me is Glenn Hall.
Yes, indeed.
And also Sean Parada.
Yeah.
He's right over there. Yeah.
Hey, right over here.
Hey.
In the Star Trek podcast cuck chair.
Yeah, that makes me or Glenn the bull. I don't know how that is.
Wade, you're still the bull, all right?
I was about to say, there in no reality could I ever be described as a bull.
Glenn tries to flex his Star Trek muscles, but you're the OG, all right?
Sure. I see. That's the barometer we're using. I see. Well, in that case,
I don't know if I like this analogy.
Oh yeah, I'm not using actual sexual prowess, in which I still think Wade has us beat.
Which I'd fully agree with you. No objection here.
Yeah, we're not.
I will say, do you want to know why I couldn't record last night?
Oh no, why couldn't you record last night, Sean?
I couldn't record on a date I couldn't record last night because I went on a date last night.
Oh.
We ended up back at my place. We had a nice time. We put on the Twin Peaks pilot.
Ooh.
And then my wife came home, and the three of us had a nice time.
Congrats.
The Twin Peaks pilot? All right, that's all right. I guess.
Hey, it's better. If you said Firewalk with Me, I'd be like, that's fucked up.
No, Firewalk with Me is dark, man. That's
yeah.
You can't. Yeah.
Was just for.
There's only one dead girl wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
So, I'm like.
Well, and then Ronette Pulaski does, she wanders in across that bridge, and there's definitely the implication of sexual violence.
Was this a man or a woman that you were with?
A woman.
Interesting. I don't know. The Twin Peaks could potentially be a red flag on a first date.
No, I think that's that's like your green M&Ms. That's your test. I guess.
I see. Yes.
Yeah, all right. Is this okay? I guess we could.
Yeah, exactly. That's out. As long as that gets you going. Well, and truly, right. It was a strategic maneuver because I knew when Nikki was coming home, so I needed something long enough to hold her interest.
Okay.
All right.
So Nikki came home about when the Twin Peaks pilot ended.
All right.
And then we all fucked.
I was gonna say once we got started, if there's anything you want to do to alienate a certain portion of the audience on the first, right off the bat, that's how we lead into these things apparently now.
Done.
So all right.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh, what a...
Anyway, go talk about Star Trek, you virgins.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, us virgins, and we'll stop talking about our kids, and we'll start talking about Star Trek.
Oh yeah, wait, shit. Foiled again.
Yes. So
we got that card to pull.
So Glenn's the host now. I forgot about that, but I had a.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not overstepping. I'm not trying to overstep my bounds here.
I'm not. No, I there's no overstepping. I ceded that role to you. I gave it to you. I was happy to let you do that.
Well, if you want it back, it's yours.
All right. Well, before we talk about Starbase 80 and what was the second episode with Ensign Ollie?
Of Gods and Angels.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I have a new segment here I thought I should about
what?
Called Derelictions of Duty, because I've listened to these podcasts and I was like, oh, there's a couple of things that I'd be remiss that I should have brought up. And you know how like you're listening to a podcast about and people are talking about something where they claim to know about it, and your listeners like, those fucking dumbasses didn't notice this other thing and they should have said what? So I do that to myself all the time and think ill of myself. I was like, but
sure.
But I only got two little details. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff. One, in the first episode or the second one, when Tendi and the Orions are on a sailing contest.
Second one, yeah.
Oh, what do you call those? A race? That's what races. That's what they're called.
No. Traditionally called a sailing contest.
Right.
That was wow. That actually, I totally missed that. I did that. That's a really weird way of phrasing that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not an alien. We're just talking about. They're clearly on a Bajoran solar sail ship, and they just pretended like they didn't say anything about it. That's clearly the ship from the DS9 episode Explorers.
Yeah, right. When Jake and Ben do the.
Yeah, but that was clearly. I don't know. That pissed me. There should have been something in there. You could have tied the plots together, something to do with shacks. That's how they got it, from a Bajoran or something. But they didn't do anything. They just rode right past it. What a shame. Right, Sean?
Yeah, I found that to be particularly egregious.
Thank you.
I both noticed it and knew it was strange.
Mm-hmm.
And most importantly, you cared about it.
Yeah.
I cared very deeply. I said, this ship is clearly a pejorative, and they should acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm. See, yeah, you clearly knew exactly what I was talking about.
Yep.
Well, I'm convinced.
I think Explorers is one of the only at times in I think that episode they actually remark on a bathroom, which they never talk about anywhere else in Star Trek, except the replicators. Maybe they didn't. No, fuck it. Okay, I should shut up.
I feel like isn't there? I can't remember if it was Lower Decks or something else, but there's something that has suggested that not Bajorans, who are the blue guys,
they're one of the founders of the Federation, with the antenna, the Andorians.
No, not Andorians. The oh my god, this is gonna drive me crazy.
The Mata Barber guy.
Yeah. Like what is he? It's something with B, isn't it?
Yes.
But
I forgot.
Bolians.
Yep. All right. Whew.
Just sitting in my cuck chair, edging.
Right. Well, this is our kink is talking Star Trek shit to you.
I know it is. That's why it gets me hard.
Okay.
Just watching you guys talk about Star Trek, and I just edge myself.
All right.
Easy. Whatever the Liberty University guy is.
Yeah. little Falwell Jr.
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say Graham, but I was like, that was a different
but
asshole.
Yep. Nope, well done.
What was your point?
Were any of us trying to make a point? I remember. There was an episode of something, I can't remember which one, but something that where they suggested that Bolians use the bathroom in some kind of like explosive, like they had to have special bathrooms for that.
Oh yeah. And they also talk about how the replicators are kind of fueled. Sometimes the waste reclamation goes to the replicators, so that means they're eating shit all the time. That's come up.
Yeah, I was about to say that's scientifically not necessarily upsetting, but it is.
Yeah, because that's what Rom was working on, the shitters in DS9.
I was thinking about when they mentioned the holodeck waste collectors. I was like, oh, poor Rom.
Oh yeah. So I just did a whole runabout to like show my ass, I guess, to myself. So I was wrong. But anyways, that was a Bajoran ship. Man, I didn't expect this to take that long. One other thing, we spent a lot of time last episode talking about how they had bullshit trivia. There was no trivia for that Nanite Hotel episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Yeah. The Katamari Damacy one.
The Katamari Damacy, yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then I realized trivia that Memory Alpha didn't do because I'm smarter than all of them. No, I said that it was basically a Heart of Darkness riff, right? Where they're looking for Admiral Milius.
Right.
But in reality, it was an Apocalypse Now riff.
Because of John Milius.
Oh, I see.
Because Apocalypse Now was written by John Milius, so that's obviously where they got the name of the Admiral.
Look at you.
Yeah, so there's some trivia for you, nerds.
Well done.
Yeah, there we go.
You really showed them.
Yeah, anybody who was listening to this podcast and said, they didn't get that.
That's definitely
I did.
That's definitely Ben Rogers, who talks on Action Boys about Milius like all the time. That's just like totally one of their guys.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the IMDb trivia for this episode, and some is borderline. So like the Quartermaster store has a huge pile of red uniform shirts on the floor. Running joke in Star Trek that anyone wearing a red shirt was likely first to be killed. Saying it's a red shirt joke, but
so they did fit a red shirt joke in there too.
Yeah, but
it seems like they fit a red shirt like sighting,
right? Like a sight gag. But there's like there's some other stuff that qualifies as trivia, but it goes on too long. But there is one that's just Stephen Root, the actor who voices station engineer Gene, also voiced Bill Daugherty on King of the Hill using the same Cajun accent.
Oh, that's from this week. That's from Starbase 80. With that's not a dereliction. That's an observation for later in this episode when we get to it. Because I'm talking about Derelictions of Duty from the last episodes that we've already done.
I see. So we're
right. That's a next week.
So you're just fucking up my new segment. I mean,
Glenn, nobody ever stepped on or criticized in any way your bullshit spreadsheet segment, okay?
No, all we did was talk about how much we loved that.
Yep.
We talked about how much we loved it, and we were respectful of your time and energy and effort, and now you're stepping on Wade's segment.
I feel so supported.
And it's not cool.
How could you ever forgive me?
I mean, I'm stepping on my own talking about toilets and shit, too. So, fine. Fine, I forgive you, Glenn.
Oh, well, thank you. That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah. So, I guess I'm opening it up to anybody that's listening that hears any derelictions of duty. You could come tell us, but by the time you listen to this, we've probably recorded everything. So, but tell us anyway.
Too late, assholes.
Yeah. I forgot what the email is. Rules of Acquisition podcast at gmail.com or something.
When's the last time you checked that?
Long time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we used to get voicemails and stuff. There's a number you can call too.
Oh, wow.
I just don't remember what it is. But if you listen to those old ROA podcasts, I say it a lot, so you can probably figure it out there if it still works.
Well, you got written up early. You were popular early on.
Yeah, we peaked early, and it's all
uphill from there.
It's all gravy. It's all gravy. It's all, yeah.
This is certainly the best version of that.
Yes. So there you go.
I mean, look, it is called Resignation.
Right. All right.
All right. Might, not to step on anyone's toes, might we discuss the episodes themselves?
Yeah.
I thought Starbase 80 was going to be a little more like impactful.
Yeah,
After all the...
I thought so too.
For a thing they've referenced in like basically every episode, I was expecting sort of like more than... what was like not a bad episode, just, I don't know, I thought would be more than what it was.
Yeah, it impactful, I think, is the right word. That, like, they're... I guess I was expecting something more significant to, like, someone's history.
Yeah.
In the crew.
Yeah.
And instead, I was like, look, I'm happy to hear, Nicole Byer and Stephen Root on the show, and
great voice performances.
And I will admit, my brain, in the first, I kind of, they didn't quite go this direction, but there were shades of it. But I, having recently watched like all of Slow Horses in a binge, because that show's fucking great. I thought at first that maybe they were going in a similar direction, because that show is about the kind of administrative purgatory that fuck ups are sent to. So you fuck something up in the intelligence service, they send you to this shitty like side office again for the fuck ups. And I kind of thought that maybe they were doing something similar here, but clearly that wasn't like actually the case. But I kind of liked the idea of a Star Trek version of that, but hard to imagine anything besides Lower Decks like really playing with a concept like that.
Well, I mean, it's a call. It was in like a TOS episode, right? Oh, I might be full of shit. Yeah, they did use it as a way to like. They've done that a lot this season, and they'll do it in both episodes that we're talking about in this week or what, where they're bridging, like there's, that we don't use comm badges, we use the wall communicators, and that's a big plot point.
Oh, right, yeah, and then the handle on the elevator.
Right. There's a lot of the old designs are from the TOS with the different colored lights and everything on them, and
the uniforms are specifically the Enterprise version.
Right, they go through all. There's a few of the and then they have the
gel from Enterprise.
Oh, the gels. Yeah, there's a lot of you get all these references. Sean? I haven't seen all of Enterprise, but you watched the first episode and they're rubbing that gel all over. And
yep, exactly. That was
enough for you to get the running joke with Ransom where he's like, "Oh yeah, that's the stuff," because
they knew what they were doing.
they were rubbing it all over that hot Vulcan in the first episode because
yes, to Paul, who Boimler even calls her out, which. Right. We've talked about this before, I'm sure, but something that does annoy me a little bit just in terms of, I won't go as far to call it hacky writing, but there are times where they reference a character from like another Trek thing where I'm like, would you really know who this person was? Like, obviously it makes sense if they know who Captain Kirk and Picard.
Right.
Like it's logical that these are famous figures within Starfleet. Versus Guinan or T'Pol or any number of people that we as viewers know, but like it's like why would you know this random Vulcan from 200 years before?
Well, yeah, it's 200 years ago. I mean, Archer did become admiral and the first president of the Federation, so maybe they learned about his old shit.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I mean, the whole series ends with it's all just Riker watching a holodeck simulation, right?
Yeah, that's true. You know what, boy, I've
so I guess they do know all about it. They've been watching those Sims.
I've put my foot in it.
There you go.
Idiot.
But they do stretch that a lot. I've complained about that watching the show, haven't I? Like we're like, oh come on, some of the references being a little bit too inside baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not a deal breaker, but it is. I do notice it from time to time.
Put a pin into Paul though. For another week. I'll say no more.
There's more to Paul.
Boy.
Yeah,
I like. I enjoy the music of my name share, Sean DePaul.
Yeah. So like they do throwbacks to a lot of old stuff, and And then the next episode, they have the new character that they introduced, which is from that TOS episode. She's descended from the Greek gods.
Yes, yes.
And like the giant hand, the green hand that you pointed out in the opening. Yeah.
The green hand is like her ancestor, I guess. Well, just going back to Starbase 80 for a second. The other thing, I felt like there was probably a lot of like sight gags in like the DS9 style promenade.
Promenade, yeah.
And I was trying to see if there was stuff in the arcade too. Like there was clearly like a lot of like background stuff in this episode, and I kind of wonder if that. I don't know. I'm curious if that's
There was at least one gag in one of the arcade cabinets was like about a cardboard box game.
Yeah, I saw that. What do you know what that was about?
That was an inside joke throwback to the doctor had, when she was obsessed with that cardboard box. She had an episode of the season or two ago where she was a cat in a box.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Yeah. It's a reach, right? But I did see like one of the production designers. I was looking on Reddit and they spoke up and then pointed that out. It's like, well, you're doing the designs, so you'd be in on it. So that's why they threw that in there as an Easter egg to Dr. Top. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I guess this kind of gets back to what Sean was saying, is like this is all fine, but it's like, I guess it's also like how much plottiness do we really expect, from the show? But like,
right.
It felt like there was something missing.
Well, yeah, but the problem is that like the captain has been talking like Starbase 80 is where like my life goes wrong in this alternate universe.
Right.
And the result is just like a gag where she like shoots bats. And I'm like, right. And it's fun.
She's like, I got to get this right because
right.
alternate used me fucked it up and it ruined her life.
Right. I like that.
Which I guess is a theme of, I mean, that's the whole season of running theme for the whole thing. Everybody's got their thing where they're comparing themselves to the alternate, right?
Yeah. Well, and I like that, the solution is we should do it more. Like
at the end of the
at the end of the next episode, I think, right? But
yeah, being true to yourself is wrong. You got to copy someone better,
right? Genuinely funny. Yeah. I really really enjoyed that. That's not the lesson here. Yes, it is.
No, guys, that's not right. Yay!
Great.
But
I thought it's been like sort of a Captain Light season. And like I get why she's never like the biggest character, but I thought this would be like a bigger episode,
right?
For her, like actually like confronting something at Starbase 80 instead of just feeling like she had to go on like more of an effortful adventure.
Right. It's called Lower Decks, not Upper Decks.
Yeah,
I know. Oh yeah, no. Listen, I don't want more Captain. I just
The next episode is called Upper Decks, or 2 episodes from now.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah. Spoilers, the back half of the season is firing better than the beginning, I think.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
Listen, finishing strong is great.
Yeah. I like this episode, these ones.
I like both of these.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out the thing with the doctor. That was another one that I was kind of racking my brain for. I thought I recognized his voice from something, but his IMDb doesn't really...
Oh, yeah, the same thing, and I know there's a lot of Easter eggs about that parasite that he's half turned and stuff, but I didn't look it up.
I think that's it. That one I think I remember is from TNG. It's like Geordi gets turned into basically like the full version of like what the half of his face was, and I think you pretty much explained it's like some parasite that like changes your DNA, and somehow Geordi was changed back, but a couple other crew members were just left to kind of like be that thing on this planet.
Okay.
Which I remember watching, I was like, oh, that sucks. It's a bit of a bummer. It's like...
It sucks for them.
Yeah, right. It's like, because like Geordi like fully transforms as well, but for some reason it's like, no, we can't do anything. And of course, also in the universe where Janeway can be transformed back from
into
the salamander.
Into a salamander, yeah.
It's like you and like these guys were just like they were humanoids with just like glowy skin. It's like, come on, use your imagination, Starfleet Medical.
Those are lower deckers. We don't care about them.
Yeah, right. We're not gonna expend the fancy.
Right. Well, Jet gets his hands back, so that's good.
We just call a lower decker a normal shit.
Right, an upper decker.
Right, it's only noteworthy if it's an upper decker.
Right. Exactly. It's only noteworthy. So you leave those ones in the.
Exactly. Glenn knows. Glenn liked that one.
I'm going to be honest. I entered a brief fugue state, and I missed what you said. I know it's about upper deckers.
It was a solid
shit metaphor.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. I'm so tired.
Don't worry about it. We're cool. Is your kid taking upper deckers yet? Is he dropping upper deckers to prank you yet?
His stuff's all scattered all over the place. It's all breast milk poop, right?
Right. It's my newborn son has not started doing upper deckers intentionally or otherwise.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know when he engages in the classic prank, an upper decker, and then I'll acknowledge him as a man for the first time.
Well, I can't wait. He mainly just tries to eat his own hand, and
yeah. He's gonna get it one day. He's gonna get it.
Yeah.
It's it's a rite of passage for all of us.
Yeah. So the Akamarians sharing the station, I guess that's also like DS9 and the Bajorans, except they're all gangs.
Yeah.
I don't know how Bajoran talk this episode.
Yeah, well,
Bajorans are important.
We're gonna Bajoran Fest. I would have made myself a drink.
Look, we can't all talk about the Maquis, as you called it last time.
That is how I said it last week.
Oh boy,
yeah,
you did say it that way, and
I stand by it.
Yeah, thank goodness we corrected you.
No. It was right. It was right. And come for me, dorks. The fucking Maquis all day. All right, the Padgerins.
Yeah, Akamarians were from TNG. So they're not TOS. The Akamarians are TNG.
Akamarians?
The gangs that apparently have half the station.
Oh, outside the arcade, yeah.
Yeah. They're like, is this vintage? No, those are long dead.
We also had an El-Arian.
Oh, that was in the in the second episode.
No, that's Nicole Byer. Nicole Byer is.
Oh, right. No, yeah, shit. Cut that out. Wait. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Cut that out. Wait.
How could you?
He's leaving notes to himself.
That's what's it. You're just talking to yourself.
I'm the one in it. I make myself sound great.
No, but Nicole, she says I'm El-Arian, and that's the one she says like, oh, like Guinan is like, how the fuck would you know who she is?
Yeah. But it was a funny joke. So you're like 400 years old? Like, no, I'm 30. Like a young Arian is just a human. What are you talking about?
Right, and then she says like, I'm in my 30s, but I pay attention, or something like,
Right. Well, that's the El-Arian. That's her whole thing, is that they're listeners. That's why Guinan makes such a good bartender, I guess. But also, she's 400 years old.
Which I'm trying to think of the other times. I think Chris Sarandon played on DS9 another one.
Yeah, I was about to say Susan Sarandon's brother was an El-Arian, and
the voice of Jack Skellington.
Oh, right.
And of course, everyone in the universe knows him as the what's his name from Princess Bride.
Oh, right. Yeah, Humperdinck.
Yeah, Humperdinck. Thank you. Talk about a fandom that'll come for us. You Princess Bride
Watch
fans
out. Don't mess with Princess Bride
evidently,
fans.
You're right.
Yeah, right.
All right, they're gonna be on you like a 4-fingered man. But wait a minute.
Oh
no,
Sean, you fucked us, Sean. What did you do? Where did you? Can you hear them? They're coming.
Oh, they're breaking down my door. This is conceivable.
No.
Oh no!
Oh God.
For some reason, I really like the running bit of getting details from the Princess Bride film. Oh God. But anyway, it's I don't know, I'm eager for this like uptick that you're talking about, because like so many episodes before, it's like I'm trying to think of like what's like the outright worst episode of Lower Decks. I thankfully can't, like, something doesn't immediately come to mind like it does for like TNG. And I'm not suggesting that like
my least favorite are the fan service ones that shit the bed. I thought, like, when they brought The third time they brought Peanut Hamper back, I didn't think it worked at all.
Yeah.
The second, when they first bring her back and she's been on that planet, I was like, oh, this is a really good way to bring that character back. And then when she was just like hooking up with...
Oh, the bird guy or something, right?
No, she's with...
with Jeffrey Combs, right.
Jeffrey Combs, yeah. I didn't like that one.
The other Doomsday robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. It's... I guess I'm grateful that like the floor for the show is pretty high, I'd say.
I think so, yeah. As I was watching the second one this week, I was like, they crammed a lot of jokes in here, and that's...
I did like the second one. You know, the cubes v orbs thing. They clearly had like the writers room clearly had like 15 pages of how do you be racist against a cube? How do you be racist against an orb?
Yeah, real good.
Right. Yeah,
that's a writer's dream right there.
Exactly, like a good run, and it did also remind me yet again. Like I just cannot help comparing the show to Futurama in so many ways. Because there's like a Futurama episode where they run into like an alien race that's like all like bouncing balls and
well, I mean, Futurama is just riffing on Star Trek probably with that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like an Ouroboros. It's like they
boy, the Glenn go an episode without mentioning Futurama challenge.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's
guy can't do it, can he?
No.
I'm just saying it's there's it makes sense that there's like overlap in the types of jokes and the overall like comedic sensibility that these shows would have, and I don't know, it's an interesting comparison point for me at least. And
this guy in Futurama is like me and big honking titties. You just can't go without bringing them up and jerking off to them.
All right, sit back in your chair, cuck.
Get back in the cuck chair.
I never left it.
While I tell you about a great joke from that Futurama episode with the balls, where Zap Brannigan says, "You're going to fight for your country. Some of you will die for your country. Some of you will be maimed for your country. Some of you will be forced through a fine mesh screen for your country." It's just like, oh God, Futurama was so great. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, it's a pretty great joke from a different show, Glenn.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. It brought me some joy to remember.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. I liked a lot of the jokes in here. Yeah. When they're interrogating the orb and they're like, "You get it, right?" It's like, "No, I do not understand that." It's just, I don't know. She sells it better than I did.
We like Corn Dog Chad, right?
Oh, right, Chad.
Yes, I did like Corn Dog Chad.
That they truly are like, there's no replicators. We have food trucks, basically. Is so like just street vendors.
Right.
That's such a funny, dumb joke. That's
the kind of thing that I think like we would like, oh, the comedy nerd part of us likes it. But I bet the people that are like, "No, this show is making fun of Star Trek," I bet they hate Chad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That feels right.
Chad lives to dog another day.
Great. Yeah. It's playing with tropes. It's just writing like fun, dumb shit. Like that's what this show should be doing.
Yeah. I like because that's sort of like they fit a lot of jokes in here and they're not all remember this Star Trek reference. They're not all
right.
There's like a one-off joke where Cordero calls Boimler, I know it's the actor versus the character's name, but whatever.
Sure.
He calls him Ronald when he's like, "Oh, you're obsessed with your duplicate or whatever." All right, Ronald B. Moore.
Oh boy.
That's not talking about reference. That's a meta because Ronald D. Moore was a writer for Star Trek, not even a obscure character, but he calls He references him. All right, Ronald. I think he says B more because it's an alternate version, maybe, or maybe I just misheard the D. I didn't watch it with a caption on.
I'll admit I missed the reference to Ron Moore. So
yeah, he explicitly calls him. All right, Ronald B. Moore. He's making fun of Boimler because he has that. The bevel's 3.7 inches deeper or whatever. Rutherford and also Tindy notice about it, but
it's red.
Well, it's also red. Oh yeah,
it's so funny.
Yeah, that's a fun joke, and it's character based.
Yes.
So I mean, yeah,
that's all stuff they would say. It's real. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's again, I like it when it's like there's it doesn't all have to be consequential. And, you know, for the show that like is technically canon, it's I don't know, it's nice when they can lean into bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, there's even a shit the bed. Like, I know, you know, Ollie and I shit the bed, and Billups is like, oh, that's a gross metaphor. It's just a metaphor, man. Like, well, use a cleaner one.
Yeah, it's good.
Clearly, Billups would not like our podcast.
No.
What the fuck?
Well, I think you'd like two of us.
But which ones, you decide.
Yeah.
I think it's clear.
Yeah, one of the great mysteries of our time.
Yeah, it's
You're one of them, Glenn.
oh well, thank you.
Yeah, no,
he doesn't know.
Let's take this all the way then. Who's the other?
I know who it's not.
You motherfucker. I swear to God.
You guys think that recording this at like 10 o'clock at night might be affecting our?
Yes.
I just hope I hope everybody's listening to it at midnight when they're sleep deprived.
They better be.
High, maybe that would be good.
Yeah, no. If you're fully awake when you're listening to this, I don't think it's gonna hit as hard. A little bit of delirium, I think, probably helps.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Stephen Root was kind of an interesting. I was trying to remember.
Was it weird? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it weird that? Sorry to step over you, Glenn.
No, go for it.
I can't believe that would happen to a person on this podcast. But
Shocking.
I know. Were you weird? Was it weird that that's what Stephen Root ended up on this podcast, on the show as?
I'd love it if we could get Stephen Root as a guest on this podcast. First off,
Oh yeah,
What a great first guest ever that would be.
Yeah.
first and only,
Right?
Celebrated character actor.
He does everything apparently. But yeah, like Stephen Root, they got Stephen Root for the show, and like, there's no way that character's coming back.
No, it is.
No,
They're not saving him for like a recurring character because.
You know what's funny is that he kind of does the same thing on Legend of Korra, the Avatar sequel show.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on that too.
He shows up in the pilot and like then never again. And that show in particular is like pretty stacked. Like J.K. Simmons is a voice on it, and
yeah. So he's like, I'll do any show once.
Right. Yeah.
So
Right.
maybe we can get him. Maybe we can get him, guys.
Do you want to be an admiral?
Yeah,
He's like,
what's
no,
No, I don't think I need.
no, I want to be the chief engineer of a bad starbase.
I was trying to. I guess I should look this up. I was trying to remember if he's been on live action Trek in any capacity. Like, if you told me he was on like an episode of Enterprise, I'd believe you.
Right? Yeah.
I might look this up while we're talking.
Yeah, he was in Office Space.
Oh, that's a Star Trek thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just Office Space, famously in continuity with Star Trek.
Yeah. They just at one point they look up and they see a Borg cube, and then that's it. It's like never mentioned.
Oh, he played a Klingon.
Oh,
Is that right?
On TNG.
Oh, yeah, Captain Kavada.
Yeah.
Huh. Stephen Root is a Klingon.
Yeah. Captain Kavada and Gene Jabowski.
Two iconic roles.
the name so famous, I know them.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody remembers Captain Kavada. Yeah. Let's see where Kavada's from. In 2368, he was ordered by Gowron to covertly transport.
Sauron?
Oh, he's the one that got Picard to Romulus.
Oh, okay.
So he was in a consequential. He was in the Spock episodes.
Oh, like the reunification?
The ones when, reunification ones with Nimoy.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's so funny. I must not, like, it must be the kind of thing where, like, if you're not looking for him,
Yeah.
you wouldn't recognize him.
So that's 2 episodes: Unification 1 and Unification 2.
Something told me that he was on live action Trek, but I
Yeah, I mean it's a no brainer. Like, surely he's been in everything else. So like Well, I'm glad that I don't have to in another podcast say yes. I forgot he was also in Unification.
Nah, we got it covered.
Stephen Root was in the Book of Boba Fett. When the fuck did that happen?
This is a Star Trek podcast, Glenn.
After he was in the Book of Mormon.
He was in that too. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, anyway, interesting choice on their part.
Well, it's the last season. They're not getting him pretty. He's not coming back.
Right.
So, yeah, Sherry Bauman. We'll definitely see him again. The whole episode's getting sucked into a jet engine. The whole series.
Right, exactly. Let's see. I was looking at the cast list for the next episode, like the one with the spheres and the demigod lady. Who was the demigod lady? Saba Homayun?
Oh, her.
Do I know her from something?
I know who that is from your
big fan.
Big fan.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. She doesn't look familiar, but she has a pretty long credit list.
What was the name of that episode?
Of Gods and Angles, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yes, of Gods and Angles.
Because
right,
Gods and Angels. It was Gods and Angels, like a TOS episode.
I'm sure it was.
All right. Well, there's gonna be a lot of editing to clean this section up.
that's
a disaster.
Oh my god!
Every time there's a prominent new character, it does sometimes drive me crazy. I'm like, I feel like I should know who this is, but in this particular case, no, I actually have no idea who this person is. I did appreciate that they made the space gods canon, and they talked a lot about
well, they're canon. They're from TOS.
Or sorry, they expanded on the
right, but didn't they disappear into the wind or whatever? Well, before they did, they fucked around a lot because they were gods.
Right, they fucked with mortals. It's something that I wouldn't imagine a live action Trek show doing.
No, that's what I was thinking as I was watching this. This show is the strongest connection. Fuck Discovery season 1 and 2, because that was whatever. We won't talk of that. This show is the best amalgamation of bridging TOS and TNG. I mean, Enterprise was trying to do that, I guess, a lot, but because there was an edict that in TNG that Roddenberry had that you couldn't even talk about you couldn't show Andorians or anybody from TOS.
Right. He didn't want TOS stuff in the new show.
Right.
Which is so funny to me. I'm curious what his reasoning was on that.
I see what he was doing. Because he didn't want it to be a remember this show. He wanted to do new shit about it,
right.
And that's commendable.
Wouldn't have loved Lower Decks.
No, probably not.
Well, it's because it's definitely.
But he's dead, so his son signed off on it. But that's his son needs to eat.
Probably not the same level of creative input.
Mean Roddenberry.
Yeah, that's it's a family business. So I need some Brian Herbert shit.
Right. Which I guess reminds me, I got to check out that Dune Prophecy show.
Brian Sherbert.
Yeah, that's right.
Get his ass.
Yeah, I'll tell him.
Sweet and melty, and I don't know how to carry that analogy.
Creamy and delicious.
So I'll bring us back. How many dicks do you think the squares and orbs have?
Oh my god.
None. They're photonic beings.
Boo! Boo! The orbs only have balls, and the squares only have shafts.
There you go.
See, I think I'm just gonna go right around Sean and say they don't have that kind of sex at all. They just push into each other, and then they come back out, and then there's a little baby in there.
Well,
that's what happened with.
Wait, the boobs, the spheres are big honkin' titties.
There's no boobs.
They are boobs, Wade.
There's nothing for them. They don't have mouths. There's no.
Oh my.
It's prurient to them, but for you, I don't think you would be able to get off on it at all, Sean. I'm really sorry about that, but beyond your.
I challenge you to find something I can't get off to. All right.
I'll just go smash a baseball and a toy block together and see if that does it for you. You like this? You like this, Sean?
You're gonna be disappointed with how fast I come, just like my wife.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well.
All right, Rodney.
Hey, everybody!
God damn it. I was going to say, so I did appreciate the line at the end where, the baby cube sphere. Squarin. His name is Squarin.
Squarin, yeah. Aaron.
He shits on the floor, and the dad goes, "What is this? I've been a parent for 5 minutes. What do I do?"
Yeah, no, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt that particularly.
that one hit hard because you've also been a parent for ostensibly 5 minutes.
May as well have been 5 minutes. It's
You're doing great, Glenn.
Yeah, no.
Thank you, Sean. Your approval specifically is all I needed.
I know.
I think you're doing an all right job too. So,
well, thank you, Wade.
You're doing a great job. You're good.
Oh, well, that's let's check back in a couple of years. Let's see how he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not around. I can't see if you're abusing your kid, but I don't think you.
I hope I am not giving him my anxieties and neuroses.
No, I mean we all do certain damage to him, but I think you're probably a good dad.
Not what I
so far. You haven't had a whole time. A lot of time. There's a lot. You got years to fuck him up. Don't worry.
Oh, good.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
I kind of can't wait till he hates you for like 3 years. That's gonna be fun.
Hopefully.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Yeah, I was gonna say hopefully you got at least like 8-10 years for that, but
you got a long time for that happens.
I would.
Maybe not. Well, the firstborn will probably like you a lot. My second kid, well, he still likes me, but he's in a big. I don't like you, Dad. I only like Mom. It's like, okay, fine.
Oh boy,
fine, whatever.
That's fine.
Your mama's boy, little bitch.
Hey, now I'm. He is a mama's boy. They're all assholes. I don't know if I'd call.
Joni will kill you.
No, I would listen. I'd mess with Wade 100 times out of 100 before I'd mess with Joni once.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
smart man.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the trivia page for this episode. Let's see what we got.
Leaving a mess is part of our kink.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good.
They got pretty goofy with those squares and cubes.
Yeah, that's it's so funny that's not based in anything. That's just like a joke.
Yeah, and and we had sex on the wall. It's like, oh, I touched that. It's like, yeah, that
was funny.
It's photonic spooge, I guess. So,
it's good.
Just looking at the trivia, it's like one trivia point is like 5 paragraphs, and then the one after it is one of the objects Ollie was loading onto the sled was Worf's chair. What?
Oh, at the beginning she's loading up, and that's like when Ransom's like getting onto her for being a bad. I didn't ask you to do that. It's like, oh, didn't you, or whatever? She's got a big pile of things on.
Does Worf have a distinct chair?
From what? No.
Yeah, that's my question. It's
I don't know. Yeah, that's weird.
That is weird. It's like that.
You guys don't remember Worf's iconic chair?
No, he's standing at the back of behind Picard the whole TNG and saying, and they're like,
that's what you think, but actually he's sitting.
That's true. That's right.
Sitting that whole time.
Worf, no, he's standing there. You don't know shit, Sean. Shut the fuck.
Hey, did they ever make any jokes about like the Worf drive?
No.
Like the Worf core?
On Star Trek The Next Generation? No.
I don't know. Is that the show he was on?
No, they did.
Yes, that and Deep Space Nine. Yeah.
Well, he's on a few in DS9, and also Star Trek Picard that last season.
Take us to Worf.
Yeah, he is. I believe he is the most.
Yeah.
He has appeared in the most Trek of any living person, or I guess any person actually. Period.
Yeah, I mean he was a featured player on more than one series, so that kind of put him over the top.
Because he's in the entirety of TNG. TNG ends. He goes to Deep Space Nine
in season 4. Yeah,
he's been in. Actually, here's the other thing. He also is notable in that he's been in both he's in the TOS movies,
right?
In just one of them. TNG movies. Michael Dorn has had a very, very long.
Yeah, that's why when they were doing Klingon shit on Discovery, they're like, "Hey, you want to do Disco Michael Dorn?" He's like, "Sure." And then they were like, "All right, well, here's your rate." And he's like, "Fuck you, I'm not doing that," because they're trying to give him streaming rates. It's like, I'm king shit of Star Trek. Fuck you, give me a better job. And then Picard, they're like, "Okay, fine, I'll do it." Be with Peace Do again.
Warp me up, Scotty.
Nope, never happened.
It's not warp me up, it's beam me up. Warp me up.
Well, warp and beaming are two different things.
That's what I was saying about my own bit.
Okay, well it's important to me that you know the difference.
I said it, so I do.
I'm not sure I believe you, but we'll we can put a pin in it.
What trivia are you coming? I'm not seeing any.
Yeah, what page? He's on IMDb.
Oh, this is the IMDb.
IMDb trivia.
We're on Memory Alpha, Glenn, because we're real nerds.
That's right. Well, I go back and forth. I can multitask.
I feel like the IMDb one would potentially be more inane, and I think it arguably is.
Yeah.
There aren't any on Memory Alpha, so clearly it's...
There's none on... Yeah. Just quotes.
That Katamari, that was a diamond in the rough, man. That was good.
Yeah, I know. Nothing's quite top that.
Just incredible.
This is similar to a video game.
Idiotic observation.
Which actually, maybe that should be a new recurring segment.
Yeah, really.
What video game is a plot element of this episode kind of like? Which,
oh boy.
Well, I guess Starbase 80 is like arguably like a little bit BioShock,
yeah, BioShock.
Oh yeah.
Dead Space is a game where you go onto a space station and fight zombies. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Obviously more
That's
of an
better.
action game, but
Yeah, right. Going back to zombies was weird because that's like how the first episode opened, right? But they're different kind of zombies. They're from a
first episode of this season.
Wait, sorry, say that again?
Of the show started with zombies, and I was like, zombies, really?
Man, I remember what happened last season on this show. How you remember in the first episode?
I just remember episode 1 because I like zombies. That's a little easy, weak sauce to start off with. It seemed like a cliche to go to zombies, but it's fine. The show won me over, so I like, who am I to say? But yeah,
I guess for the second episode, there's the sphere people, the balls. Many games have like baseball that has balls in it, so that's a good.
When Glenn's talking about sports, we're in big trouble.
Yeah. Oh, Glenn.
No.
Glenn.
There's something.
Oh, Glenn.
I think
stands.
I think if I had a little.
Glenn comes from Texas football royalty, and he just talks about sports like they're me talking about Star Trek.
I swear that in my brain there's a version of that bit that works.
I'm sure there was.
Oh, there is.
There definitely is.
In your brain, in my brain, everything feels like I'm a genius. But then I start talking, and then I'm like, oh man.
Oh, see, I'm able to do what I do because I still believe it.
But y'all get what I was.
Well, I mean, that's the trick, right? I like that Cetacean Ops came back. I love those.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
I always like seeing those guys.
I love that they reference Cetacean Ops through I think at least like one season before they brought these guys in, and the assumption was, oh, it's studying whales, because of the Star Trek 4 stuff. And the reveal that no, they are whales I think that's one of my favorite bits they've done on the show. Like that's just such a fun twist.
It's hard to top when they first showed up and they're just about partying all the time and they were so dumb and stupid and great. And then now that I fucking love those guys. I love those guys. So yeah, no notes, but
I do too. I love that they have the uniforms. It's a great contribution by the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great bringing them back. And and then there was, I forgot in that episode there was the whole thing about like the entity being like a junior person trying to impress his bosses. That felt like a little tacked on. Like that I got that they were trying to tie it into
Lower Decks,
the stuff going on in Starbase 80, and like Lower Decks in general. But like I don't know, it felt a little like. If they were going to do that, they should have revealed it earlier and made more of a meal out of it. About because there's like
I guess
I feel like you could have like run with that joke or premise for a little bit longer versus just at the very end being like, oh, by the way, this thing is just like trying to impress its boss.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm by myself on that, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm not saying you're wrong.
Well, I don't want to piss people off, but it does remind me again of another Futurama episode.
Of course it does. I don't know how they would have stretched that off because then they had to reveal that it was an alien in there.
It's good.
And it's only just now talking. It's not very good at its job.
Boimler, Bender, They're pretty close. This whole thing reminds me of Futurama.
All right, Sean, I will say if you keep going, I will start talking about the Superman trailer. So just want to put that thread out there.
This is an evergreen show.
Oh, you'll start talking about the topical trailer that I liked? Oh, boy, I'd hate that.
Oh, fuck. Well, now I really want to talk about it.
Look, we don't want people to know when this came.
Mad that I can't talk about Star Trek more?
We don't want people to know when we're recording.
About how Carl Tart did several voices on this episode.
Shit.
It made me happy because I like him and he's good.
Yeah, it was nice to have.
He did some squares or some circles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Again, we love seeing our podcast friends on the show.
Yeah. Nicole, Carl, future guest Stephen Root.
That's future and only. I feel like it's
crucial.
Right.
The only guest we can have is Stephen Root.
Sorry.
Right.
Sorry, Denzel Washington. I know you really want to suck Star Trek.
Right. That if we don't get Stephen Root, all these other guys that are clamoring, we're like, hey, guys. Hey,
No, they're waiting.
Look.
They're just waiting for us to get Root so we could open the floodgates.
Yeah, like we can't get you on.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt. Relax, dude. Relax. Come on, man.
Yeah, we don't have Root.
We got to get Root first.
Yeah, well, that's the root.
We got to get Root down.
That's the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Brad, go produce Lego Masters and then get back to me, okay?
Wait, hold on. Is there a Stephen Root connection to Lego Masters?
No, Brad Pitt is the connection.
Mm-hmm.
Does Brad Pitt? Sorry, maybe I'm being stupid.
No, that's okay. Yeah, Brad Pitt does genuinely. He is like listed as a producer on Lego Masters and has like shown up like 2 times to like mess with Will Arnett.
Really?
Yeah, it's got to be like made by his production company or he like conceived of it, which would be insane. But he seems like more involved than just his name being on it, which is very funny.
Huh.
That's so funny. Because I know Benny talks about that show all the time. I did not realize that Brad Pitt has appeared on it.
I guess we're done talking about Star Trek. It seems like
We don't have to be. What else do you want to say?
No, I think we've said all we have to say.
We can. It's always good to do a Romeo and Juliet. When the Romeo and Juliet is circles and cubes, we've really boiled it down to its base components. We've made it the simplest version that we can make it while also making... I like when they turn big. They're like, they're coming together to form... They can form anything and they're forming a giant sphere and a giant cube. You're really not that creative. It's really good. It's just a... Yeah.
They're not creative at all, yeah. Yeah.
To bring it back to the Romeo and Juliet thing for a moment, I did have the thought of like, I wonder what, if they'll do a joke about like what their kid would look like, and like literally right after that
immediately
yeah that moves fast,
Square shows up. It's like, I appreciate a bit that can
I appreciated the speed. Don't fuck around, just get it in and out, do the joke.
Exactly.
It's times like that you appreciate, like both the magic of sci-fi and the magic of a show like this that's just like we could do literally whatever we want. They've been on the ship for an hour, they had a baby. Like, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
It's funny if they have a baby.
Right? They're aliens.
Just that easy. Who's
like hyperactive little, like a Scrappy Doo piece of shit, like whatever. All right. And I hate Scrappy Doo, but
that's great. Everyone hates Scrappy Doo.
They should, yeah.
That's like, Glenn, you had a baby, right? Because it's funny. You thought it'd be funny to have a baby?
Yeah.
You're asking if we had a baby because for the comedic effect? Yeah, that's exactly right.
To own the libs. Yeah.
You had a baby to own the libs, right, Glenn?
No, that's...
Right.
Yes. Oh, man, they were so triggered.
Nice job, fucko. Sorry, that was a reference to this episode where the cat doctors...
Yeah.
They were so triggered by my beautiful, perfect son.
Right.
Yeah, I like the payoff of that, but I don't actually love like the actual plotting of it in the episode.
Oh, the flip stuff with Boimler.
Yeah.
It was fine.
I liked it. I mean, that the Doctor might be my favorite character. It's so easy to like just have her cuss a bunch, and it's fun.
The Doctor's a great character. Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that she never comes around. He does not become Flip, and he just accepts that Fucko is his nickname.
Right.
Is pretty great.
Yeah. What did you call me? It's like,
Right, that she gets mad when he swears is so funny.
Yeah. And then she pulls a lightning bolt out of his ass and it's a whole, everybody laughed.
Yep.
Great joke. Everybody laughs. Close curtain. Whatever the Rorschach line is.
Yeah. And which is also why some of these nerds hate the show, I guess. But they're wrong.
Yeah.
It's just he's got a thing stuck on his butt. That's what they're doing. Like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's the kind of show this is. I ain't got a single fucking problem with that.
Me neither. I'm gonna be sad to see it go. But we got 2 more episodes of this podcast, at least.
Yeah, two more episodes of the podcast, 4 episodes of the show to cover, and yeah, we'll
and then we're done podcasting about Star Trek.
Oh, Sean. It pains me to tell you.
If we decide to do something else, great. But I just
don't tell him, Glenn. Don't tell him. We'll just.
Are we doing something else? What are we doing?
No, I'll just show you up. Show up. Well, you'll find out when you're
older.
Yeah, when we force you to do it under duress later.
Yeah, so, I mean the Section 31 movie. I don't know. What were we,
Yeah, we should definitely talk about that.
That's 1 episode. That's easy.
It's disco related.
But
Yeah,
there's just not that much to do.
There's gonna be a whole season of
Strange New Worlds.
We've never done Strange New Worlds.
No.
We could do Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, that show's not gonna come out for 2 years, I bet.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sounds like a healthy gap.
Long lead times.
We could do Enterprise.
I think we are about to enter a Star Trek drought.
Yeah, I mean, things are up in the air. Again, I don't know enough to talk about it.
Well, I ain't got anything more to say.
It's all speculation. Nobody knows what happens. It's happening, but yeah.
And nobody knows anything.
I don't have a good way to end this episode.
No, I think we liked them.
Well, I just want to say
we didn't love them.
We liked them, and I'm really excited for normies to be excited about Crypto the Superdog and Metamorpho and Mr. Terrific.
Okay, but yeah, like this
Guy
is
Gardner.
This is a
Twin Peaks is still good, guys.
This is an evergreen podcast.
That pilot remains one of the best pilots.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Well, got you laid, so I guess it's
got me. I mean,
job.
2 chicks at the same time. Speaking of Stephen Root, all right.
Oh, Office Space. That
it was very tertiary. That one's not your fault.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
I was about to say Milton is not involved in that scene.
Nah, but Milton could pull.
His stapler.
Spell Milton with 2 C's. Am I right, fellas?
With 2 C's? What? Is that a thing? What does that mean?
I'm just ignoring it.
that mean he thick.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
THICC.
Oh.
Yeah. But
I gotcha.
Packing that hog.
Yeah. All right.
Star Trek hog.
How do we end this, guys?
Okay.
I do have to say, in all seriousness, though, I love Star Trek. I think Star Trek is great. And yeah, I'm excited to watch more Star Trek, and I'll be sad when there's a Star Trek gap and I don't have Star Trek to watch, because I'm a big Star Trek fan.
I'm glad you're finally saying it.
Yeah. It's
again, I'm convinced.
Yeah, I learned to love Big Brother or whatever the fuck. Anyway.
Okay, that's
self-destruct, I guess.
Yeah, we can self-destruct. I just randomly, just kind of totally non sequitur, just want to end with one of my favorite movie quotes of all time. My name is Inigo Montoya. Killed my father. Prepare to live.
Oh no! Glenn, no! They're climbing the side of your apartment building.
Oh no, Glenn!
Glenn,
you have a son to think about.
They've stolen my son.
Call actor from the movie Andre the Little Guy.
Don't.
Oh no!
Oh guys, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Oh, I'm so glad I said that.
Great job, Glenn. Thank you.
Right. Self-destruct sequence. Sean in the chair.
Beta, Sean.
Hey, how'd he get in that chair? He put himself there to watch someone else fuck.
Ah!
Thank God no one listens to this.
Right?
Oh my God.
I would, boy, yeah. What I wouldn't give for just like one of these in a vacuum to go viral. Just to, would never happen, but just to try to explain any of these words we say. I am so sorry if I give you a bad rap, Wade. I know.
I mean, who cares?
I'm not what the Star Trek fans are looking for.
Right. I've stopped.
I make my friends laugh. That's really all.
I mean, yeah. My whole thesis going into this was like, fuck Star Trek if it's So I don't care about the fans.
Yeah.
I'd never say that on pod though.
Hell yeah, fuck them.
Oh yeah. I guess I'll make sure that
I'm not recording. I'm not recording.
Shit. Oh shit.